Today, I'm going to outline a new chapter. Welcome back to Writer's Theory. I'm James, and this is day 35 of my effort to write a novel in 90 days. And today's effort, isn't going to help that much. Because on day 35, I did no writing. It was the beginning of a new chapter. I talked about in the 30-day video, the 30 and 30 video, that with this project, I've been struggling in new chapters. And since I really am struggling to get a feel for where I want to take this particular chapter, I'm going back to my outline and N90 Novel Roadmap to help me at least get it started and kick it off in a way that will give me some momentum to write the rest of this chapter and hopefully the rest of the story too. So what I'm going to share today, since I don't have a writing session to share, is the outlining that I did. So you're going to see a little bit of generative AI in use. It's not meant to be read or followed along with, so I'm really just going to show I did record the work that I did, but I'm just going to talk over it. So there's not much to read here, but you can at least see what the effort looks like. So I'll go ahead and play the video. There's only one part today, so there's not two parts, nor will there be a word or line of the day. So let's just watch some of the outlining. I'll talk about what I'm doing as we go through this. So at the end of each chapter, I will, sorry, I'm like talking in the video here, like I'm going to be listening to it at speed. So at the end of each chapter, I update ChatGPT with what happened in the previous chapter. So I give it the information about what happened. It's like, great, I know the details of what happened in your chapter, and then I tell it what I want the next chapter to be like, if I have an idea of what that chapter should be like. And then I ask it for some outlines. I ask it for 7 specific events. It gave me 6 here. That's fine. And then 3 techniques to attempt to write with. So I've got that information here. I had to do a couple iterations to get something that I wanted to use, because sometimes it just spits things out that don't really fit with what you're trying to accomplish. And so I get the outline for the chapter, and then I put it into a greater document that documents all of the outputs that I'm going to use. And I familiarize myself with it. So I was like, I'm not really sure how this chapter wants to go. Great. Hey AI, here's what I've done. Here's where I want to go. Can I have some inspiration about what to do with this chapter? And it's great for that. It gives me just enough. I don't end up using all of the things that it shows, but it gives me some direction about, like, okay, he's going to come out of the river. He's going to reunite with his friends. And then they're going to be on the run again. Like, okay, I got that. And then the 3 techniques here, 3 writing techniques to enhance the chapter, is basically what I use to as my writing effort. So I'm going to really focus on description. It wants me to work on inner dialogue. I'm not really using that in this story, but it helps me come up with, like, I should be focused on descriptions here, or I should be focused on dialogue and how characters interact. But I take that material and that becomes my inspiration to get started again. And that was very helpful in this chapter, where I ended the last chapter, felt pretty good about where I was going, and then really kind of lost momentum the very next day because I didn't have an idea of what I wanted the chapter to look like. And sometimes it's hard to get the next sentence out if you don't know what you want it to be. at I think it was chapter 4, I had this problem where I wrote a little bit and then really didn't know what I wanted to do with that chapter, and I needed a day to think about it. And so that's happened here again. And I decided that I would do the outlining portion of it, share that. I'm not, I want these videos to be more about my writing process more than my outlining process. But I did want to share that with you. So if you're curious about the mechanisms by which I'm planning this project, there's a brief shot into that. But I used today to show how I was outlining. And then that gave me some information to think about. And I'm going to let that grow in my mind for the next day's writing. So yeah, starting chapters in this project for whatever reason just been a struggle, at least in a couple of instances. So I don't really have much more to share today. We get back to the writing tomorrow, and really start getting into the major push of the story. There's still a long way to go. But I've kind of been piecing these parts of the narrative together, and it's just getting closer to something big happening. And I can't wait to see it myself, and I can't wait to share that with you. I'm curious what your techniques are. Like when you have writer's block in the middle of a story that you're writing, what do you like to do that helps you get through that block? Yeah, feel free to leave a comment below. I'm curious about your writing experiences as well. I'm already eating into my buffer of the 10 days that I have to not write to get the project completed in 90 days. So I'm going to have to make some decisions soon about, do I write more than 1,000 words a day before I get to the 90 days? Am I going to make the 90 days? So some big questions when I miss entire days of writing like I did here. But I'm going to keep working at it, and wish me luck. I hope I finish on time. If you are interested in seeing how I complete this project, please like and subscribe. Click the bell if you want to be notified, and I'll see you tomorrow. The format that I've built in the N90. Come on, man. You can talk. You know how to talk since you was little.